Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're looking at the best power paddles of 2025 so far. I've tested them, I've smashed with them, and I'm here to give you the lowdown on which paddles are packing the biggest punch. Alright, let's get started. First up, we've got two beasts from Joola. The Joola Agassi 14mm and the Joola Perseus Pro 4 16mm. The Agassi, its 14mm core version, delivers an incredible pop and responsiveness and allows for super fast hands. It's built for aggressive players who love to attack the net. Now at first I wasn't sure how I would feel about this paddle, as the shape is quite unique and it's different from everything I've used in the past. However, now I feel that I am actually leaning towards the Agassi shape a little more over the Perseus shape when it comes to playing at the kitchen line. I think it's just so easy to maneuver, and the 14mm version really shines with that extra pop. If you add a little weight to the Agassi 14, you will find it opens up even more without sacrificing much hand speed. The Perseus 16mm also makes this list because it outperforms the Agassi when it comes to drives and shots from the baseline. Interestingly, while I preferred the 14mm Agassi when it comes to the Perseus, I prefer the 16mm over the 14. This is because the 16mm felt not only more powerful, but it also has a larger sweet spot and more dwell time without slowing down my hands too much. Now, the Agassi shapes seem to have a bigger difference in hand speeds between the 14 and the 16. So overall, while the Agassi is more oriented for playing up at the net, the Perseus 16mm is better for all-court power applications. Now, if the mod taught us anything, it's that regardless of controversy, Joola paddles are always going to be dominant in the market. Now let's take a look at the 11.624 Hurache-X Power. This paddle is clearly designed for power. You're going to notice that immediately when you start hitting drives and overheads. The Gen 3 core they've implemented, combining that floating polypropylene honeycomb with the closed cell EVA foam, creates a very distinct feel. It's similar to that of the Joola 3S series. It's solid and it translates into a lot of driving power. Then you've got the 11.624 CFC surface, that triple layered construction with carbon fiber and fiberglass, which adds to the responsiveness and pop. A lot of paddles recently have featured fiberglass beneath the carbon fiber surface, which does make them feel a bit stiffer than paddles without it. However, this is crucial to keep in mind. The extended length of this paddle is a double-edged sword. It's what gives you that raw power, that ability to generate a lot of your speed on your shots, but it also means that it's not the quickest paddle at the net. You're gonna find it a little bit slower in those rapid exchanges and hand battles up the kitchen line. Now, if you're someone who spends a lot of time at the baseline, who loves to hit those powerful ground strokes and put away overheads, this paddle could be a great fit for you. But if you're a player who relies on quick hands and fast reactions at the net, you might find yourself struggling a little bit. It's a trade-off. You're sacrificing some maneuverability for that extra power. So you really need to consider your playing style. Are you a power hitter who lives at the baseline, or are you a finesse player who dominates at the net? That is really going to be the deciding factor with the Hurache-X Power. It's a specialized paddle and it's built for a specific type of player. Now, the Paddletek TKO CX 12.7 is next on our list. With its 12.7mm core, it offers excellent pop and responsiveness and definitely a lot of power. Like the Hurache-X, it has a longer handle. However, the Paddletek feels a bit faster in my hands. Because it is so thin, unless you add weight, it doesn't have the same driving power as the Hurache-X Power, but it does have more pop. The Paddletek Bantam series was one of the first power series to incorporate fiberglass below the carbon fiber surface. The raw carbon fiber that Paddletek uses is of very high quality and is really great for grabbing the ball for extra spin. This is important because the Paddletek TKO CX does not have as much dwell time as other paddles on this list. It is the most stiff feeling paddle on this list as well, so if you are looking for a plush feeling type of power, this is probably not the paddle for you. The TKO CX 12.7 excels in fast power shots and putaways. It is one of the most powerful paddles on the market, and it's hard to find a better option if you want a paddle that is purely centered around power. Now next up, we got the Franklin C45. This is a lightweight thermoformed hybrid power paddle. Weighing between 7.5 to 7.9 ounces, it features a 14mm core and a 5.75-inch handle, which is nice for two-handed backhands. It delivers great power on drives and putaways. However, it really shines with its low swing weight, which allows for that power to be used effectively at the net. Now, for players who are more baseline oriented, I recommend adding some weight because if you are not used to it, the swing weight can actually throw you off. It can make your hands a little too fast for drives. The great thing about paddles that come in light stock weights is that you can customize more with weighted tape. Now, if a paddle comes very heavy stock, then it's really hard to find ways to reduce that weight. But at the kitchen, the C45 is an absolute beast. It has a decent sweet spot, and the paddle feels very similar to a slightly less powerful Mod TA15. It might be the dwell time that gives you that feel because the ability to shape the ball is enormous. It suits aggressive, offensive players and those preferring a nice, lightweight, maneuverable paddle. Now, finally, we've got the Gearbox Pro Ultimate Power 14mm, which is the newest paddle in Gearbox's Ultimate series. This paddle is replacing the Pro Power Elongated, which will be delisted from USAP's approval list on July 1st. This paddle is all about maximum power while still remaining within the new PB core standards. Gearbox's innovative technologies and SST core construction deliver a nice, solid, powerful feel that allows you to crush the ball with what feels like a very similar amount of power that was found in the Pro Power Elongated. It definitely has a little less power than the PPE, but that's not a bad thing, as for a lot of people, the Pro Power Elongated had too much power. So the new Pro Ultimate Power is a little head heavy, but it does pack a major punch. It makes up for the high swing weight and sheer power and speed at which the ball comes off the surface. Now, it is harder for someone to react to a punch volley from a Pro Ultimate Power because of the SST core's launching power. Gearbox paddles typically have a unique feel, and this one is no different. If you're a Gearbox lover and you want a bit more power than the Pro Ultimate 16mm, it's definitely worth taking a look at the Pro Ultimate Power. So, there you have it. The best power pickleball paddles of 2025 so far. Each of these paddles brings something unique and different to the table, so it's all about finding what suits your playing style and your preferences. Let us know in the comments which paddle you're most excited to try, and as always, hit the like button, subscribe, and stay tuned for more pickleball content. I will see you guys in the next video.